What's going on, Pizza King podcast listeners? Today's episode is brought to you by Bag Genie, my newest go-to solution for pizza delivery. Imagine delivering hot, fresh pizza every single time. That's what you get when you get a bag from Bag Genie. This is pizza bags made by pizza guys. They understand all of the things that we need when it comes to delivering hot, fresh pizza every single time. Look, I've been doing this for 22 years. I have not seen a bag with so much thought put into it, with so much attention to detail and quality in all of the years. It's by far the best bag I've ever delivered with. But here's the best part. Bag Genie is offering an exclusive deal just for our listeners. Go to their website, baggenie.net, and when you spend $200 or more using code Pizza King at checkout, they're going to throw in a free bag. That's right, free. So don't miss out on this opportunity. Elevate that delivery game. Take it to the next level. Visit baggenie.net, use code Pizza King, and claim that free bag. Thank you so much to Brian and the team at Bag Genie for supporting the show. Now let's dive into today's episode. All right, welcome back to another episode of Pizza King Podcast. I'm your host, Tyrell Reed. Quick, short episode today. I just had a really good weekend at RiseCon, and I wanted to come back and talk through some of my experiences and share my notes from the conference. And I brought a couple of special guests with me, so I won't hold you up. Let me introduce.
Hello, I'm Adrian.
Twin City Reed boys, Adrian and Dallas. Hey, what's up, boys?
What's up?
How y'all doing today?
Pretty good.
Doing good.
You guys have been pretty excited to get back on the podcast since your last recording. I told you your episode has been one of our most downloaded episodes so far. How you feel about that?
I'm actually really happy about that.
Yeah, I'm really happy.
I think it has something to do with that P word that Dallas brought up, but
What?
We're not gonna say anything about that.
I didn't say anything.
Dallas, don't you dare. No.
We're not even gonna go there. We're not even gonna go there this time.
I didn't even say that.
Okay. Well, I think the film says differently, but that's okay. What's up, Reed boys?
What's up?
Hello.
How was school today?
That was good.
Okay.
Anything good happen?
Oh yeah, I passed my diagnostic, so I'm passing 4th grade.
That's a good thing.
I got a 564. I just went like 2 points down. And we got to play games in the front, and at the beginning and at the end of school.
So it's 2 points down. Is 564 still okay, or is should I be concerned?
That's 4th grade level. I got 567.
Oh, you guys usually always score pretty closely to each other.
Yes.
Something fishy about that. You never know with twins. Dallas, the world's watching this, right?
I know.
All right. Can you set your camera up? Set back up a little bit. There you go. Sit up straight. There you go. Let's be there. Let's be professional. All right. I like that. All right. So I got the Reed boys here. You guys know that over the weekend, Daddy was at a conference called RiseCon because you see me leave on Friday and Saturday. Suited up. First of all, how you feel about Daddy wearing the suit?
I feel like if I rate it a 1 out of 10, I gotta say like 9.99999.
9.999 out of 10 on wearing the suit.
Yeah,
I would rate it in 100.
All right, so Friday was more traditional with the blue suit. Saturday I kind of wore jeans with the blazer, but as someone who never ever dresses up, was that the first time you guys ever seen me just like wear a suit like that?
Yes.
Because I don't do that very often. It's pretty cool. Not my everyday. I'm more of a shorts, Crocs, t-shirt kind of guy.
same.
I'm not.
That's kind of our style. So I think as we were talking and on the way to school on Friday, Adrian, you decided that you need a suit of your own, right?
Yes.
What color suit do you want to get?
Orange or blue?
An orange suit?
No, green or blue.
Orange would actually be pretty good. I don't like that layout. Maybe we'll do it like that. Yeah, I'm just playing around. The way it was fine.
I think that one's better.
All right, so orange. I'm just taking some notes because you do got a birthday coming up. But anyways, RiseCon was pretty cool. This was the theme of the conference was live your max life. So there's a lot of business professionals, a lot of sales professionals, a lot of just folks in the entrepreneurship world. Hold on, do you guys know what an entrepreneur is?
Nope.
Dallas, do you know what an entrepreneur is?
No.
Are you even listening, Dallas?
I am.
Alexa, what's the definition of entrepreneur?
An entrepreneur is someone who starts businesses, usually with significant risk. If someone is an entrepreneur, they usually take on many different roles within the business, including recruiting employees, developing products, and marketing the business to customers. An entrepreneur is someone who organizes and manages an enterprise, such as a business, often with little initial capital and great initiative.
Sounds pretty scary. So now you heard Alexa tell you what the definition is. Do you know any entrepreneurs?
Yes.
Starman?
Darman?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So people who start businesses, people who run businesses or, try to grow businesses, those are, someone who starts their own business is an entrepreneur. So in a room full of folks like that and like me who are in business for themselves and trying to take it to the next level. So very kind of inspirational, motivational type of environment. There's a lot of great speakers there. I took a lot of notes and I just kind of wanted to talk through that with the listeners because, hey, the people, we're in the pizza business and we're trying to grow and we're trying to take our businesses to the next level. I wanted to bring some of those notes here and kind of talk through it with you guys. But before that, and I'll let you guys go before I get into the boring stuff. But before we go, since you guys wanted to be on podcast again, I figured we would play a little game. So you guys, and if the listeners don't know, Adrian and Dallas are twins, right?
Yes.
Who's the oldest?
Me.
By how much?
Don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that?
Don't talk about that.
I'm older by 15 minutes.
Dallas, I think being the baby has its advantages. And I think you clear.
Your favorite child is literally Adrian.
The favorite child is the middle child.
But you got mommy.
No.
Yeah. All right. So you guys being twins, we've been seeing a lot of videos, and I think you guys even recorded one. Maybe I have to see if mommy will send it to me to post online. But you guys have been, you've done this, you've seen this twin telepathy, and we just watched one in the car, right?
Yeah.
And I wanted to find a way to play twin telepathy here on stream or on podcast. And for anyone that's listening, I'm sorry. This one is going to be pretty visual, but I'll just try to talk us through it best we can. So you guys got your pads, you got your pencils or your crayons or whatever you're going to write with?
Yes.
We're going to do 3 rounds of twin telepathy and see how closely matched you guys are.
I'm around this.
Okay, so the first one, and write it. You're gonna write it and then show us and see if you guys are in fact twins. The first one is draw a shape. I can't see it, Adrian. No. It just was dark, or it was too light. Oh, you got a darker. What's your shape? I can't see it. What is it?
Wait.
Is that a circle?
Yeah.
So you drew a triangle. He drew a circle. All right, round 1, X. All right. Next question. Write a number between 1 and 5. Let's see the number. What number did you write?
3.
We both wrote number 3. Round 2 is good, so we got 3s. We're kind of twins. All right, last one. Write your second favorite color. All right, 3, 2, 1, show us. Orange and green. All right, what's your first favorite color, Adrian?
Orange.
And what's your first favorite color, Dallas?
Purple.
Okay.
Purple is my
Nice.
third.
So 1 out of 3 isn't bad. We got a little bit of twinning going on here, but you guys are always pretty unique and individual in your own right. So I am not surprised by those answers. Thank you for coming on. Is there anything you want to share with the people before I let you go?
I got a question for you all. I'm gonna write it on paper. I'm gonna write the question on paper.
Okay. While you're writing your question, Adrian, what did you have to say?
Who is better, Brock Purdy or Patrick Mahomes?
This sounds personal. All right, we'll throw that out there for the listeners, and we'll see what they say. I'll put it out there, and I'll let you know how the results come. All right, Dallas, what's your question? Who?
What?
Oh, West Shore is what?
What shape is this?
What shape is this?
I also
Okay.
have a
I got
question.
another question.
Okay, remember, baby, we're on video, but most of the folks are listening to us in their cars or in their headphones, so it's going to be hard for them to see what you're doing. All right, get your question in.
This one's gonna be so easy. You don't have to know this.
Okay. Who is better, Ronaldo or Messi?
Messi.
Oh, I'm not even getting into that. All right, guys. Thanks again for joining me.
Which is
Last
better?
one. Last
Papa
one.
John's. Which is better, Papa John's or West Shore Pizza?
That's not even a debate. That's not even a debate.
That's not even a question.
I've never even had Papa John, so how would I even know?
You have Papa John's, bro.
That's all I can say is I'm a West Shore guy. I'm West Shore for life.
First of all, Dallas, where did you ever get Papa John's?
All right. Thanks, three boys. You guys have a great one. Thanks for joining me. Say goodbye to everybody. Say
bye.
Peace
have
out.
a good one. Love you. Oh, those boys are crazy. Those are my guys. So, like I was saying, spent the weekend at RiseCon, and I really just wanted to go through my notes there. Let me see. Let me kick these guys. I can still hear me on their phones in the other room. I'm gonna kick them out of the studio. See you later, Dallas. Have a good day, Adrian. Bam. All right, so RiseCon, put on by Vic Tipnis, who's big in the medical space. Speaker, the lineup was incredible. You're talking about names like Coach Prime, Myron Golden, A-Rod, Tucker Carlson. There was Emily Ford, just a ton of people. Natasha Graziano, ton of big names in the personal development space, in the sales training, and the entrepreneurship space. So, one of those good events to be at. So I had some notes that I wanted to share because I thought they were important enough for me to write down. So who am I not to pass that on? So from the top, these first ones, I really from a couple of folks that resonated with me and with what I do and what we do. A-Rod was interesting. A-Rod was very interesting and a lot of fun, and you could feel how you want to feel or say what you want to say about him or feel how you want to feel about the baseball career. When it comes to business, he has shown that he has the ability to really take things to the next level. Now, as you see him as part owner of an NBA and WNBA team, and, tons and tons and tons of real estate, and, easing his way into the medical space. He has turned his baseball career into a very formidable business career as well, post-baseball career. So can't be mad at A-Rod for that. But he had what he called the 10 touch rule for relationship building. So before entering into any type of business arrangement or into a partnership or an agreement with someone, he likes to go through what he calls his 10 touch rule, meaning 10 touch points with that person before we even start to talk business. Like whether it's just a phone call or a text message, or you send someone an article, or you shared a post with them on Facebook, or you just had some type of interaction with them in some way that builds rapport and builds the relationship before you get to the business part. And I thought that was pretty interesting. And in the way of thinking through, how do you get through those 10 touches with someone? And it could be different. And that's where I start to think, like, is it social interactions? Is it, just, hey, let me just checking on you. How's it going? Come by, get a pizza. Let me, come say what's up to us. Anything like that. I think that's a pretty solid rule. And whether your number needs to be 10 or 5 or 15, when you're talking about building a relationship, a business relationship, and we build relationships in different ways. There's vendors that we have to deal with. There are, even team members or employees or management candidates that we're looking at. How do we create those touch points to really foster the relationship first before moving on to the harsher, sharper edges of business? I think that was a pretty smart personal rule for him to have. His biggest piece of advice was to think long term, thinking 3 years or more. That came from really a conversation he had been having with Magic Johnson, and we know Magic Johnson, as the businessman, even more so than the basketball player at this point. So, if Irv is giving you business advice, you better listen, because obviously that he's doing it right. So he told him, think long term when making decisions or when entering into deals. Try to have that longer view, that bigger picture, because it helps you stay in the trenches in the early stages, because it's tough in the beginning, right? No business is coming out of the gates making money. So when you're able to think long term and think further down the road, it helps you stay laser focused where you are right now when it's tough. He talked about adding value. And this was, when it came to team building, some of the questions that they were asking him were really based around, the skills that translated from being a professional athlete into the business world, and, how he builds his team and how he does things now. When he's entering into a relationship with a potential partner, and look, everybody's partners at that level. That's the other thing that I noticed. This isn't even on the notes, but I noticed that when you get to that level where you're talking about, and I'm talking billionaire status, right? I'm talking when you get to that level where you're talking about owning teams and building multinational, international organizations that are just industry changers. Nobody's doing it alone. There's partnerships at almost every step of the way. So that's something to think about too. And I know how I think as a restaurant owner. So I know how that could be a hindrance to somebody. But his personal rule is to himself, how does he bring value that's worth more than cash? Meaning, like, it's easy for him to write a check as Alex Rodriguez, right? And invest in a project or become a partner with a stroke of a pen or a phone call to a personal banker or something. And just, the wire can be sent like it's nothing. It ain't about the money. How do I bring value that's worth even more than the cash? More than what, and beyond the value of having the name and face Alex Rodriguez attached to it. Where are my skills, and how do I bring value with those skills? That's a great way to think about it. His team building tip, just from, being in the Steinbrenner organization for so many years. And these rules came straight from the man, from George Steinbrenner, was that it takes vision, it takes capital, and it takes people to build an organization. You got to have long-term vision. You got to have real capital, because it takes money to really build and grow. And you have to have people, because that's the ultimate piece. And his overarching thing was to share the ball. You can't do it on your own. Share the ball. Make sure everybody gets a taste. Everybody gets a piece. One of the things that I love and loved about the Yankee, and still love about the Yankee organization. And I did concessions there. We had a West Shore concession stand at Steinbrenner Field it's called Legends Field now, but at the Yankee spring training facility. So and I don't know if you know how spring training works, but every year in March, pro players come down, they spend a month in spring training. They play games here. It's a big deal. So I did that for, I don't know, 8 years, 8 seasons, 9 seasons, maybe. So you get to know a lot of people around the organization, and everyone's there. The Yankees are headquartered here in Tampa, so their whole organization is there. But after they won a World Series, every single person in that organization got a World Series ring. I mean, everyone. I mean, all the trainers, the sales and marketing team in the offices, the janitor, the custodial staff, the Legends hospitality, people, everyone that was a Yankee employee shared that championship. And that was to me so respectable. So I understand what he meant when he said share the ball, because that was a big thing. And his last piece of advice was, think about reputation over brand. A brand can be built in 2 quarters with marketing and money. You can establish a brand, but a reputation takes time. A reputation takes, real effort and real feedback, and is based on what people are saying about you, not what you're saying about yourself. Like, you can build a brand, but I can tell you what my brand is all day long, but my reputation is what is happening beyond what I say. So I thought that was some pretty dope advice. So again, to recap what A-Rod said: 10 touch rule, think long term, bring value that's more than cash, vision, capital, and people are the way that you build a team, share the ball, and think reputation over brand. All right, what else do we have? I had a lot of notes from. Okay. Oh, this was another good one. Just five ways to max out right now. Number 1 was awareness. Make sure people know who you are. Number 2, take massive action. Stop playing small ball. Like, if you're going to do something, do it with intent and do it right. Focus on conversions. Nothing happens without the transaction. So, thinking about the marketing and think about how we engage and touch, our potential customers, our audience. Make sure we think about what the conversion, like what the end product looks like. Are we putting things out there just to put it out there, or are we putting it out there with the end in mind? Like, how does this turn into the transactions that we need? Leverage technology, embrace AI. It's the future, and document the process. Make sure you document it so that you can rinse and repeat what's successful, and so that you can toss out what doesn't work. And those 5 key steps can work for any business, as long as you know how to interpret and apply it to what you're doing. So, awareness is key. Make sure, don't be a secret agent. That's what I wrote in quotes. Don't be a secret agent. It doesn't do the world any good if you're the only person that knows what you do. Put your shit out there. Leadership essentials: love the people that you lead. Love your team. And humility will help you make wise decisions. Wisdom is everything. Intelligence is overrated. The real value is in wisdom. So humility helps you make wise decisions. And if you love on the people that you lead, they'll love you back. Don't drink your own Kool-Aid. Stay grounded. I like that one. That was a good one. This one was for me personally. Just get used to being the guy. Work it like it's a muscle. It's okay to stand in front sometimes. And I've always been a leader that leads from the back. I was behind the scenes. I'm back of house, behind the curtain. Sometimes it's okay to step out and be the face of it too. And I need to embrace that more. So that was a note that I really wrote personally to myself, which is part of the reason why I even sit here and do this podcast, because this is me stepping out of my comfort zone. Oh, this was a good one. Don't let the why am I here take you off your course. sometimes you talk yourself out of things. When you overthink, keep going. Like you got to this business and you got yourself to this point. Don't worry about all the hows and the whys. Worry about what's next and keep going. That was dope. My favorite speaker spoke. His name is Myron Gold, and he is a sales guru, awesome trainer, awesome orator, just great teacher and speaker on that stage. So I'm always looking forward to catch him whenever I can. And he, we were just fortunate enough to see him all 3 days of the conference. So I had a ton of notes from Myron. I'm telling you, just go follow him. And if you don't walk away inspired, then you might want to check your posts. But a couple of notes from Myron that I wanted to share, and some of this, a lot of it is sales related. So I'll just pick out some of the things that really translate to what we do. The first one says, you can always make up and leverage what you lack in ability. And that is just team building at its core, right? Find as much leverage as you can. What is leverage? Leverage is things that require minimum input for maximum output. You got to win your own race. So you got to find whatever leverage you can to do that. And I think back to just even before that, we were talking about leveraging technology and embracing change and embracing, things like AI and, automation and things that we're slow to catch on to. Sometimes you got to be the front runner. Magnetism is an energy. Like the energy you put out is the energy you get back. So no high energy result will ever flow to a low energy source. So as a leader, you got to bring it because your team needs you, right? You got to bring it every day. Even when you don't feel like it, you got to bring it because that energy that you put out is the same energy that your team puts out to your guests and the same energy that your guest gives back to you. And if you low energy, that's the result that you're going to get. So come with it. First movers have the advantage. That's true. Price's Law was great. 50% of the production of any domain is produced by the square root of that domain. You have to go do some homework. It would take too long for me to just break down how that works because he did a great job illustrating it. But Price's Law, when it comes to production, especially production of a team, is something that you understand. There's always going to be front runners, mid-level producers and low producers. Understanding Price's Law helps you understand how you need to manage your team from that standpoint. So if you got 10 people on your team and you're doing X amount of dollars, the square root of those dollars that you're doing is how many people on your team are producing it. Like, so they're producing half of it. You got, let's do 9 for easy. You got 9 people, three people on that team are producing 50% of the production. The other 6 are handling the other 50%. And you got to figure out how you need to manage that. So very, very interesting concept if you ever want to look into it. This is some wealth building stuff. We don't need to do that. Cash flow is more valuable than cash accumulation. You really want to make sure your business, you just can't. That's business. Don't run out of cash. Oh, this was and this is where we'll end it. We're talking about building a business, right? And I know that I speak to a lot of new business owners and first timers and people who are really trying to get going. And I think that you really got to do yourself the favor of setting the expectations from the beginning. And this quote really resonated with me because it is our business, right? And it says, eagles learn to fly from falling, not from flying. So even the baby eagle, it was really based on the law of advancement. In nature, before anything can go up, it has to go down. In business, we don't start up. We start down and we grow over time. Hopefully we continue to grow. But a lot of times they come back down. But you start low when you go up. You don't start here. You start low. So if your business is an eagle and you plan to soar, then that baby's got to learn how to fall, because that's where it comes from. That baby bird is gonna fall before it flies, and that's how they learn to fly. So I thought that one was pretty dope. But that's really all I had this week. Again, thank you so much for listening. Thanks to the Reboys for joining me today. I love my kids. They're always a ton of fun, and they've been dying to get back on the pod. So thank you for just for being good listeners and good connections and friends and all of the feedback that we get. Please go leave a rating, 5 stars wherever you get this pod at. Leave us a comment or any kind of feedback, topics you want to discuss. If you want to come on the show, reach out to me on Instagram. I'll send you the link to schedule it. We're starting to do some guests now. So just really enjoying this. That's all I got this week. We'll holler at you on the next one. Take care. Pizza King. Peace. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Pizza King podcast with Tyrell Reed. If you enjoyed today's discussion, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Your feedback means the world to me. Got a topic you love to cover or a question that you want answered? Shoot me an email at info@tyrellreed.com or reach out to me on Instagram at Pizza King Podcast. I love hearing from all of the listeners.